expect in all the regions that we should have, when we think about the Asia Pacific, we're talking about the United Kingdom, Canada, the US, 5,000 is not an overly ambitious number.
The stage is being set to welcome members and friends of the Jamaican diaspora to this year's Jamaica 60 staging of the conference. The event will be used to hear from stakeholders and engage them on opportunities to reignite a nation for greatness. There's more about the conference coming up in today's show. Plus, understanding intellectual disability and knowing what to do at the death of a loved one who left no will behind. Welcome to Jamaica Magazine. I'm Theodore Henry.
The tinting of your windscreen, cut it out. Public passenger vehicles, according to the Transport Authority Act, not supposed to have tints. I'm appealing to motorists out there. We have removed many plates because of fandangles that are on the motor vehicle. Colorful lights, red light, purple light, blue light, and these multicolored lights. Get them off. I've noticed some trends out there where there is different type of license plates on motor vehicles. Only the Jamaican issued driver's license plates are to be on the motor vehicles. Once you transport any passenger in a motor vehicle, ensure that they are buckled, whether they are on the front or they are on the back. The seatbelt gives people a fighting chance to survive the crash. Many people have died who never give themselves a fighting chance.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, June 9, 2022. A disciplinary subcommittee of the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission, JADCO Board, is being established to carry out an investigation and take appropriate action after a reported procedural failure cost the country an under-20 relay world record. At the April Carifta Games inside the National Stadium, the quartet of Serena Cole, Tina Clayton, Brianna Liston, and Tia Clayton ran a world record-breaking time of 42.58 seconds to win the under-20 4x100 meter relay. But World Athletics has not ratified the record-breaking time because one of the four runners was not drug tested at the completion of the race on April 17. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Grange, says it's a situation that must never recur.
As Minister, I offer my sincere apology to the young athletes affected by this unfortunate set of circumstances for which there must be consequences and there must be sanctions.
The Sport Minister was delivering her contribution to the 2022-2023 sectoral debate in the House of Representatives on Wednesday. She says a report from the JADCO chairman found that the failure to test one member of the relay team was because of an apparent existing best practice at the commission not to test an athlete twice within 24 hours of competition. But this appears to be instructions originating at least from the time of the agency's previous executive director and is not contained in any JADCO or WADA rules nor any international standard for testing. In addition to the disciplinary subcommittee being established, the minister says all JADCO technical services staff are to undergo compulsory retraining on the rules of competition governing the major sporting organizations. JADCO is also to review all procedures or protocols that would require an event organizer or body requesting in-competition testing to provide rules as well as specific and timely instructions prior to the event. In other news from Minister Olivia Grange's sectoral presentation, a sexual harassment tribunal is being set up to investigate and adjudicate complaints in the workplace. Labor relations expert Danny Roberts has been engaged as a consultant to assist with the setting up of the tribunal and related matters.
We started the recruitment for the unit and we'll have some officers on board as of July 1.
At the same time, 200 organizations are being assisted by the Bureau of Gender Affairs to draft their sexual harassment workplace policies. She says her ministry has already started to receive complaints of sexual harassment and has been helping companies put the necessary mechanisms in place to respond to them.
We've also been conducting sensitization and awareness raising sessions with public and private sector organizations, NGOs, educational institutions, and other groups. This is not a simple matter, Madam Speaker. It is a serious crime. Unwanted sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and crude sexual behaviors affect quality of life by creating an intimidating, hostile, or offensive environment. No one should endure that.
The landmark Sexual Harassment Protection and Prevention Act 2021 was passed by Parliament last year. Cabinet has approved the establishment of legislative teams within all ministries to help make the process of developing government policies more streamlined. This is part of efforts by the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs to strengthen inter-ministry collaboration and advance government's legislative agenda. The teams will include the relevant policy officers, legal officers, and senior officers at the level of Chief Technical Director, Principal Director, or Senior Director. Portfolio Minister Marlene Malahoo Fort made the disclosure during her contribution to the 2022-23 sectoral debate in the House of Representatives on Tuesday.
The aim is to improve operational efficiency, speed, and the quality of legislation promulgated, because the legislative process has been affected by delays, culminating in critical pieces of legislation neither being amended, repealed, and replaced, nor developed and subsequently passed in a timely manner.
She says her ministry and the Office of the Cabinet will also collaborate to support and monitor the legislative work program and implement strategies to close gaps identified.
We are cognizant that there are capacity gaps within the ministries, and if these gaps are not closed, the desired objective will not be achieved. In this regard, my ministry will partner with a MIND, that's a Management Institute of National Development, to provide training in policy development and the preparation of cabinet submissions.
She says going forward, all ministries will be required to work within settled timeframes. The Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs will also collaborate with the Office of the Cabinet to conduct sensitization sessions to improve the quality of cabinet submissions prepared by the ministries in respect of law reform proposals. The Bank of Jamaica, BOJ, is engaging in discussions with the commercial banking sector to reduce customers' risk of cyber attacks. The BOJ made the statement Monday in response to a recent fraud attack on customers from one of the country's largest commercial banks. The central bank stresses that despite financial institutions' use of robust technology systems, banking customers may still become victims of fraud, but the BOJ is imploring sector players to increase their vigilance. Part of that proactiveness is educating the public on ways to protect themselves and their money. The BOJ is also encouraging banking customers to check with their financial institutions and verify the legitimacy of any communication received through email, text message, or telephone before providing any personal information. And finally, the Ministry of Education and Youth will be providing additional training and tools to de-escalate violent confrontations in classrooms. Portfolio Minister Favour Williams made the announcement following the recent circulation of an online video depicting an altercation between the president of a school PTA and a student. Minister Williams says the video highlights the need for a radical shift in the relationship between teachers, students, and all who are within the school system. While condemning the instances of violence, the minister is calling on the education sector to redouble efforts to curb antisocial and maladaptive behavior by some students and stakeholders. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
The travel pad application was created by the Transport Authority for the protection of the commuting public. Please download the travel pad application on the Google Play Store or the Apple iOS Store. Once you download the application, put in your phone number, register the application under your phone number, and then you'll be able to verify the license plate that you're going in. Once you verify the license plate and the information of the vehicle, you will then be able to share that trip of the vehicle that you're in. And if there is difficulty on the trip, you will then be able to push a panic button and share your location with others as well. Download the application, give us our feedback at customerservice@ta.org.jm. Don't forget, it's free to download, free to use.
The Jamaica Diaspora Conference 2022 will take place next week from June 14 to 16. It will be hosted by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade and will attract approximately 5,000 participants. Let's hear more of what to expect over those 3 days.
The whole tone of the conference will be set by our main speaker, which is Jackie Wright, Vice President of Microsoft. And she'll be speaking to an area within her field, which is the digitization of the Jamaican economy. And that will set the tone for where the conference will go. You'll have presentations from areas like the stock exchange, from JAMPRO on investment opportunities in Jamaica. You'll have presentations on agriculture, the investments which are available there.
The conference program, we really have 5 main plenaries. We have education, health, the creative industries, business and investment, and science and innovation. Those are what represent the core substantive elements of the discussions of conference. And then we will overlay on those discussions specific items of interest through the Riverside chats that we will be having, through Ignite Talks, and through other specifically targeted presentations by individuals on particular themes. So it promises to be a very dynamic, varied, and interesting program. Everything that we've spoken about will be online. All the plenaries, all the chats, the breakout sessions, everything will be online. What is very important to us is that we ensure that the experience that people get, if they were in person, is replicated online. So the platform will carry all elements of the conference, all the discussions, the marketplace, the government at your service features, everything will be online. To add to that, there are going to be specific moments during the conference where we throw the conference broadcast to various locations in our system. So we will have a check-in with our embassy in Japan that will have a team of persons assembled on spot. We will also have the opportunity of engaging with our diasporans that would have gathered at the consulate in Miami, New York, London. So in essence, they will have virtual hubs for the conference where participants can go and congregate in their numbers to participate actively in conference from Kingston. So I think that's an important innovation that we find will work very well in this hybrid format.
Let me stress that the conference is free. For this year, or 60th anniversary of independence, we are making it free. It's so significant to us, and as a little gift to our diasporans, we say, well, it's all free, but you need to register to participate.
Registration is quite simple. If you go to the website for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, there is a link that says Jamaica Diaspora Conference. Click on that and it leads you straight into the registration platform. The opening ceremony will be at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade and will start at 8:30 on the first day of conference. That too, of course, will be broadcast on the conference platform.
We expect in all the regions that we should have, when we think about the Asia Pacific, we're talking about the United Kingdom, Canada, the US, 5,000 is not an overly ambitious number at all.
What a way you're full of our roots and culture. That was in Jamaica 60. Jamaica 60? What a piece of news, Miss Matty. I feel like my heart going bust up. Just in, the island of Jamaica is on the verge of celebrating its 60th year of independence. A whole way of celebrating it. They say the people them, you know, them come here, you know. But you see, when our people decide, say the other people them free paper, burn up, them say if it's war, start it, whatever. We all collect medal panta fight, you know. Medal. Amount of tongue we give them, you know. The celebrations are slated to begin on January 1st, 2022. Organized by the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport. We have more in this report. I am on site and planning activities are ablaze. Persons are advised to download the Reggae Jamaica app to know what it pre. Activities for the Jamaica 60 celebration. Yeah. If you download the app to get the updates then.
Up next, understanding intellectual disability and how the Jamaica Association on Intellectual Disabilities is helping persons to push through the limitations.
My name is Nadine Barrett and my son is Lance Barrett. Lance is a child with intellectual disability and he is also diagnosed with cerebral palsy. Lance was born a 7-pound, 5-ounce baby, 3 months in his life. He wasn't talking, well, 3 months don't talk, but he wasn't crawling around, he wasn't sitting up, he would smile, and I know something was wrong. I can remember this one time, even to this day I spoke about it, tears come to my eye. A doctor came and she was like, "Mommy, this child not going to live to see 2. But my motto is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
I'm Nefi Shiva and I'm a person with intellectual disability, and I used to also come to the School of O, Randolph Lopez School of O. And then I graduated at the age of 18 years old. But he keep on coming up by jail to tell him that I can't get any work, and then after they call me and tell me that there's a position here for as a janitor work. First time when I just started, I used to think that I couldn't do the work before, but now I see that it's something that I can able to do, and like because it use my hands is not really like using the brain.
Intellectual disability is characterized by significant limitations in both intellectual functioning and in adaptive behavior. For instance, in communication, daily living, and social skills. The disability usually originates before the age of 18.
One of the features of intellectual disability is that the persons will have below average IQ. Average IQ is about 100, right? Below average would be anywhere between 70 to 75 and below.
Intellectual disability is diagnosed usually by a psychological assessment. This is inclusive of intelligence, adaptive or behavioral and educational tools done by a clinical educational psychologist. These tools are standardized instruments used specifically to identify levels in the areas of intellect and adaptive behavior. In addition, interviews with family and other relevant persons are done to elicit significant history and other data about functioning related to the persons being assessed. Intellectual disability must not be confused with mental disability.
The important thing is that, and we have to be cognizant of, is that research says that almost 50% of the causes of intellectual disability are unknown. We don't know.
Right up until today, I sit and wondered sometimes. It's like I tried to go back to the first time I remember that I was pregnant and what I did or what I didn't do or what. There's nothing that I can think of.
Intellectual disability is what they call an invisible disability. People tend to look for something physical. A lot of times there are no visible signs. And so parents tend to be in denial about the child not meeting the milestones, because they don't have a physical disability. So they tend to say, boy, nothing is wrong.
Believe me, it was hard. It was really, really hard. Because having a child that was normal, my daughter, and then having Lance, and to hear that he has a disability, I was wondering, how am I going to cope?
There is a perception that people with intellectual disability have no sense and they can't do things, so that's a myth. So intellectual disability is really just limitations in intellectual functioning. They will learn, but they will do it much slower.
Jade helped me a lot, because if it never for them, I wouldn't know what I would do.
This is a program that we manage in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, Information and Youth. We are in 13 of the 14 parishes, so we do have a national network. We have 5 main schools with their affiliate learning centers. Students within this program, they are from ages 6 years to 21 years. So it's really students and youth. They want to be integrated, they want to be included. All they need are opportunities. They'd love to be involved in employment. They'd love to be integrated in their communities. They want other people to see them as valuable members of society. They want to be loved. They want to belong to groups as well. And so even leisure and community activities, they want to be a part of that. And if we're moving into the whole realm of including people, despite their challenges, that's the way we should do it in our communities.
You're not to always listen to what people say about a disability, because if you keep on saying that you have a disability, it's going to put you down, and it's going to make you downgrade yourself and say that you can't do anything for yourself in life.
I look at Lance as a normal child. Before that anyway, I used to limit Lance in doing things. I stopped all of those. I allow Lance to come in the kitchen. He bakes, he cooks, he makes juice, he cuts up vegetables. So the only thing that he does not do at home or anywhere else is walk as yet. And I put it as yet because I still have hope for my child.
Want more information on intellectual disability? Contact JADE. Their headquarters is at 7 Golding Avenue in Kingston. Also, you may call at 876-977-1118 or email jade@cwjamaica.com.
If you're not sure what to do after the death of a loved one who had no will, and you're not sure of the assets left behind, contact the Administrator General's Department for assistance. Watch this video to get you started.
Yo, Kevin, what going? You know, play ball with the man them?
Yo, you know, say, I think happened to me the other day, my youth. Have me away, I'm never gonna lie to you.
How happened?
You know, some day I stress out and I grieve. You know my brother John?
Yeah.
You know, so one day the man say him sick, and we carry him to the hospital. And the man just dead, so. Dead left him daughter, no will. Yeah, and him 2 daughters, them called Ashley at 9 and Gabriel at 13, so we really don't know what to do.
Boy, sorry for hearing that, you know. You never have no will?
Yo, I just said that already, man. Yo, man no left no will. If he left a will, would I know what to do. I really don't know what to do.
So him never have house, car, bank account? You must at least NHT contribution.
Yo, if I tell you the truth, my brother very secretive. So I really don't know. I just know the facts. Say he's a teacher, and I know them pay him through the bank, so he would have a bank account. I know him to buy a house last year. The car where I have, I never know if I fee him. So I really don't know. That me I say if in the left a will would I really know where I'm have or what to do. But we really don't know what to do.
No, me did hear upon the radio still Administrator General's Department deal with them matter there, you know.
Administrator General's Department. What them do really? What them really do?
The government office, man. Them whenever people dead without will and them have kids under 18, them deal with the assets.
So you say Administrator General's Department, them deal with them thing there? Push for the Administrator General's Department there.
12 Ocean Boulevard.
Yeah, but I really like to go down there still and find out from them what them can do, because I tell us so we really don't know what to do. I tell you the truth.
Follow them play some ball, man. Before they go down there tomorrow.
Respect.
That's right. If someone dies and did not leave a will, leaving children under the age of 18 years old and have assets such as property, bank accounts and motor vehicle, you must report the death of the person to the Administrator General's Department.
Good morning, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Hello, good morning. I have a situation, I hope you can help me. My brother died last week and I don't know what to do.
Did he leave a will?
No, he didn't leave a will.
Okay, I'm going to ask that you complete this document for us.
To process the report of a death, you will need to complete a form of particulars witnessed by a justice of the peace or a notary public. You also have to submit an original death certificate, proof that you're related to the deceased, for example, birth certificate, marriage certificate, proof of assets such as bank passbook, land ownership documents, share certificates, motor vehicle documents, insurance policies, certificate of deposit. You will also need to provide a small sum towards administration expenses if no cash is left by the deceased. Before reporting a death, you can visit our offices for further information. In Kingston, 3rd floor at the Office Center Building, 12 Ocean Boulevard, or call us 922-183023. You can also visit our Western office at the 2nd floor of the National Housing Trust Building at 42B Union Street, Montego Bay, St. James. Telephone 630-4261. Our website is at www.agd.gov.jm. That's the Administrator General's Department, securing your legacy.
This is where our journey ends, but only for today. Join us again tomorrow when we bring you another informative program. In the meantime, stay connected via our website, jis.gov.jm. And while you're online, send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via tweet at JIS News. You may also find us on all the major social media platforms and through our mobile app that's both Android and iOS compatible. On behalf of the production crew, I am Theodore Henry. Take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.